So before going forward, we will be doing two things. One is the cancelling and undoing operation and the selection method. So how do we do the cancelling and undoing operation? So let's say if I have created anything, any line over here, so I can always go in the quick access toolbar and say undo. So I can do undo as much as I can, and then I can always go for a redo kind of thing. So there is an undo option and there's a redo option. So if you press U in the command, so you're in the command prompt, so you can do undo and you can do redo. So if you press redo over here, so you can redo it. So you can redo it, right? So now redo must immediately follow the undo command. Okay. So here from here you can do as much as redo you can do, and it is over. So here you have, now you can see that there are certain things that you can undo. You can come down and come to the last. There is a command history in the undo over here. So here you have the line undo, and then if you want to go to the redo, then also you can come to where you can redone it. So there are a lot of things that you can access in AutoCAD. Very interesting tools are there. Okay, so this is cancelling the if you want to cancel a command, so if you're a command, press escape, you can cancel it. So you can cancel it. Now comes the selection method. Now there are a lot of selection methods in AutoCAD, but the primary selection method is the window selection method. So what is this selection method? So selection method, when does it come? When you're using any modify tools, like erase is one of the modify tools. So let's do with the erase. So we have learned how to erase something. So E is the erase tool, and it talks about select object. Now we have got some objects, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here one of the way of selecting object is click on the object, it will be selected, and press enter. So object is selected. The other way is by the window selection method. Now if you say erase, and if you create a window from the left to the right, so there is a blue color window, and it says that this is a normal window. So only those objects will be selected in this window which are completely inside. For example, in this case, the rectangle is completely inside and the rectangle is selected, right? Let's do it again. So erase. So if I select it, the rectangle is completely inside, it will be selected. So if I select it like this, it is completely inside, it will be selected. So go for a U. So now go with the erase. Now if you have a crossing window from right to left, so here is the green color window. So a part of it, if it touches the part of it, it will be selected. So you have this erase. So like this. Now let's say I have multiple lines over here, right? From the line tool I create some multiple lines. Now if I want to erase, so pick on the object, it will get erased. So now you have erased, you can use the crossing window, it will be erased. So there are a lot of things that you can do with the this is the some illustrations that you can see. Then is the lasso selection method, which is a very kind of ordinary selection. Normally people do it accidentally. So what is the lasso selection method? In the lasso selection method, you just drag the left mouse button and you can see a lasso selection. So apart from that, it is basically convenient. Somewhere people drag it and make it something you can have drag from the top to bottom or left to right. It will be a window selection, nothing is selected. So yeah, so drag the mouse, now it is selected, and drag it to the extent where the lasso is created. Okay, so we will be doing more of the selection method ahead, like crossing polygon, fence method, crossing window method, and there are other selection methods. Now let's come to the next very interesting tool, is the circle. Now what is a circle? So circle is basically a point, the locus of a point, which moves in such a way that point is at a constant distance from a point called center, right? So it is a locus of a point. So you have seen circle in a civil drafting, or in a real world situation. There are circular buildings, circular manholes are there, right? Circle is depicted as circular columns are there, right? Any shape can be in a circular shape, as if it can basically satisfy the definition that the all the points in that circle is having a constant distance from the center of the curve, right? So now how do you do a circle? How can you draw a circle? There are various ways by which you can draw a circle. So in AutoCAD there are certain ways, like circle, you can create a circle by 3 points, you can create a circle by center radius method, center diameter method, 2-point method, 3-point method, tangent tangent radius, and tangent tangent tangent. So let's learn these tools quickly and see how. So I will be teaching you both from the command point of view and from the menu bar and the ribbon, right? Specifically from the ribbon. So there are the options of the circle are center radius. That means you first define the center and then define the radius, or the 2 points, or the center and diameter, 3-point, tangent, tangent radius, and tangent, tangent. So here you are. So first, let me show you in the AutoCAD screen how the circle is invoked, right? So then we will be doing all the methods which is mentioned in the slides. So to invoke a circle, go to the Home tab, and there's a drop panel over here. So you have center radius, center diameter, 2 points, 3 points, tangent, tangent radius, and tangent, tangent, tangent. So in the center radius method, once you click the center radius, it asks you specify center point of the circle. Now, how do you specify? You've learned about absolute coordinate system. So you can give a point over here. Let's say center point is 3, 3. So here it is asking for a point. To define a point, you have to use the coordinate system. So you had 3, 3. So you can see that circle is the center of the circle is fixed in 3, 3. Now it is asking radius of the circle, because you have used the method called center and radius. So now it is asking for the radius. Radius is what? Radius is the distance between the point at the circle to the center of the circle. Radius is a length. You need not have to put a coordinate over here. So you can give a radius, like you can say, okay, the radius is 4 units. So circle of 4 units with radius center at 3, 3 is created. Okay. So let's do another circle. So circle and center radius. So now we have the center at 5, 5, and the radius is, let's say, 3 units, right? So we have another circle with center 5, 5 and radius is 2 units. So you can have numerous circles at the same center point. So let's create some of the circles over here. So you have the circle command, and let's say I take 5, 5 as the center, and the radius is 3 units. So circle command, center is 5, 5, radius is 5 units. Circle command, radius is 5, 5. So how I'm invoking the circle? Now once I have done it from here, so I say C for circle at the command circle command. So it's asking for the center point. So you say 5, 5, right? And say the radius is, let's say, 6 units. Again, C for circle. So from the command prompt, so you can see C for circle, and the center point of the circle is 5, 5, and the radius is 8 units. So you keep on creating a circle. C for circle. Now, what are the other methods? So we will be doing both the command prompt as well as the ribbon, center diameter. Now let's erase this and do it as center diameter. For the center diameter, it will ask you the center of the circle and the diameter of the circle. So center of the point is 5, 5. Now in this case, diameter is the twice value of the radius. So diameter, let's say, is 10 units. So you have, let's say, enter. So circle. Now what you do is you create a circle, diameter, you pick it again, 5, 5, and then the diameter is 20, let's say. So here you are creating, right? So now let's see why it is having a different circle. Circle diameter, center point is 5, 5. So where it picks up. Okay, so probably this center diameter is something different. Center is different. So here, so let's create it again. So go to the center diameter. The center point is 5, 5, and diameter is 10. Circle. So let's zoom it out. Circle center is, let's say, 5, 5, and the diameter is 5 units. So you can see the smaller circle created, right? Okay. Let me, so undo, right? The circle, you can have the circle center diameter. So you have the center point 5, 5, and the diameter you can have it as 15. Then you can have a circle center diameter with the diameter of, let's say, center point at 5,5 and diameter as 20. So this is how you create different circle width. So when you have the center point and the diameter of the circle, you can always use this center diameter option to create a circle. Now let us do it by the command prompt. So circle center point, it asks you for the center point, say 5,5. Now when it's asking for the radius, click on the diameter and give the value of the diameter. So it is 20. So you create a circle with a diameter of 20. Okay, so this is the way you create a circle with center diameter. So here is the center and the radius, center and the diameter. Next is by 2 points. Now let's say you have a line 1, 1 and at the rate, let's say 5, or 0. So you want to create a circle between these 2 points. So circle 2 points, that means diametrically opposite. It should be like one it is over here. There's a line over here, there's a diameter and first point and second point. The circle will be created between these two. So I have this 2 points over here. The first point should be at this point, so the coordinate is 1, 1, and the second point is at a distance of 5 units from this point, so it says at the rate 5, 0. So you have the circle between these 2 points. Okay, now let's say you have a circle line. Let's say you create a line from 1, 1 and the length is, let's say, 7 units and angle is 45 degree. So you have this circle, you have to create a circle with 2 points. So 2 points, so you can click on this point and click on this point, so the circle is created on 2 points. So this is basically a very useful tool once you have to create a circle between 2 points of a line, right? Very useful tool in civil engineering. Now comes the 3-point option. Now obviously minimum 3 points are required to define a circle. Now to create a 3-point circle, now you have to have 3 points. Let's say 3, 1, 3, 3, 4, 2. These are the 3 points. So if you want to create the circle, so if you want to create a circle 2 point along with the command, so C for circle. So you have this 2P option. So first point, second point of the circle's diameter, click on it or give the coordinates of it. Okay, now come up with the circle with the 3 points. Now follow this coordinates that I had written over here. First point is 3, 3. So it says specify first point 3, 3. Second point is, let's say, 3, 1. So you say 3, 1. So now the circle starts creating, and the last point is 4, 2. So now you have this circle with 3 points. Same thing you can do with the command prompt, C circle, and 3P is the option. So you can click on the 3P and you can always mention 3 points to create the circle. Now the next interesting tool here is the tangent radius. Okay, now the tangent radius tool is basically you require 2 lines as a tangent, and between those tangent lines you need to create the circle. Now let me create a tangent line, 2 lines of tangents in tangency. So suppose you have this line and there's another line, so you have this circle, so tangent radius. So now once you start clicking on the line, there is something called defer tangency is there, right? Click on that, click on the other line as a tangent. So what is a tangent? Tangent is a line or a curve that touches the circle at a single point, right? Now it is asking for the radius. So because the tool is tangent radius, so you have to specify both the tangents and the radius of the circle which is going to fit in. Let's say if I want to have the radius as 3 units. So now you can see that circle is basically fit over here with the 2 lines as the deferred tangent. So if I extend these lines, so this will be tangent. Now let's create more circles. So I have a circle and here is the tangent radius. So I put it over here, and let's say the tangent is 1 unit, radius is 1 unit. So smaller circle is created. Now let's do something with I have one circle, I have another circle. So with the C command, I create a circle. So C is a command, pick point and do two circles, right? And here I use the tangent radius. So I want to have a circle uh, which is tangent to these two circles and have a radius. So let's say I put a point over here, and the radius is, let's say, 3 units. So here also the tangency can be done. So this is how basically we can draw a circle with different tools. So if I want to do it with the command, let's say I have a line, another line, and I want to do it with the command. I did it with the tool in the home tab. So what I do is go with the C, and there's an option called tangent radius. Click on it and give it radius of it. Let's say 2 units radius. So you fit it over here. So it will basically find out a place where it wants to fit, right? So if you want to fit it in this side, so you have to put the deferred tangent somewhere here, like C for circle, tangent radius, you put it here, and whatever the unit you of radius that you give, right? Now here the 3 units is getting fit over here, right? So it depends upon where you click also, right? So let's say circle, tangent radius. So you have this tangent radius. So circle is there, and tangent radius. So you click here and give a value of the radius. Let's say 1 unit is the value, so it fits over here. So it's always good to experiment with different radiuses and see where it fits. Now the next very last option is tangent, where you can create a circle which is tangent to 3 circles. So you have this 1 tangent, 2 tangent, and 3 tangent. It will automatically fit over here. Similarly, if you have 3 lines over here, so it will fit you know over the 3 lines as a tangency. So if you have this, so let's see if it works. So this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So it fits over here. It's a very interesting tool. I think you have understood how to create circles by different methods. So a brief illustration of it. Now you can see drawing circle tangent to 2 objects. So right, second tangent. So here we have a circle, we have a first tangent point. Here drawing a circle tangent to 2 objects. Again, this is a one object, and this circle is tangent to this. Your tangent at P1, tangent at P2. Drawing a circle tangent to 2 objects. There's a one object here, another object here. So it will find out the tangency. Again, the 3 tangent to 3 objects. So now we are at the end of the session today, and I'll give you some challenges like at the last. So you can click on the screen, and you can do these challenges. I will later on give the solutions to it, and I'll send you more challenges at the end of the sessions. Okay, so now let's start up understanding about units command, which is the last of the session today. Units and plot settings. Okay, so units is something which is a very important part, which we already have set during the quick setup. But how do we do it in the AutoCAD? So you have the UN tool. So you can have the UN tool from here. UN command in the command panel. So drawing units dialog box opens, right? Or you can basically invoke this dialog box from the application menu. So you have this application menu here, and in the drawing utilities you can have this drawing units. So go down here, you have, and the drawing units dialog box. So as discussed in the previous session, you have got these drawing units. So if you take any of this, so let's say in the length you take a type of engineering, and you have got 8 decimal places through which you can set, or you can, if you're using a metric system, you can use a decimal depending upon what type of startup you have done. So let's say if I go with the millimeter, so the precision will be 0. And so if I go with an engineering, and I can have a precision of inches of 1 decimal places or 2 decimal places. This is the angle, which angles I want to select. So I can have a decimal degree or a gradients, I have already discussed. This is the precision of the angle. This is the insertion scale. So this is something very different. So if you have something from drawing from the outside in different units, and if you want to insert it, and if you want to have a conversion, you can always have the conversion, which conversion you want to whether you need to scale inserted content is in inches or in millimeters. So we will do it in later sessions. I will be discussing about how the insertion scales matter. Okay, so lighting unit is something we take it as an international direction, as we have already done in the setup. So here, as in the polar coordinate system, we were taking east as a base angle and x is 0 degree, or if you put north as the base angle, so it will be taken at 0 degree when you are doing a polar coordinate system. So this is the difference, and you set the unit. And the next we will be setting the limits, and the next session will be very interesting, and that's what I expect to be, because now this is the thing that you should learn. And this is something that measuring angles, which is x-axis. How do you measure the positive angle, what is the negative angle, counterclockwise. So if you look into the unit tool again, UN, so there is an option called, if you say clockwise, clockwise will become positive. So you can see there's a change over here. So if you say anti-clockwise means 45 degree, if you say clockwise it is 315 degrees, everything is there. So now come back to the PowerPoint. So here we have the angle format. So you can see that it is in north 60 degree east. So this is 60 degree north and east. So if you say 70 N75W means 75 degree northwest, bearing angle measured from north. So this is bearing angle measured from south, bearing angle measured from south. So this is how basically the angles for the survey units are measured. So positive angle 60 degree is something, this is the anti-clockwise, and this is the clockwise direction, negative and positive angle. Okay, the angle of measurement, again I said that this is the east is the 0 degree, 90 degree, 180 degree, and so so this is a base angle, right? So this is something that I have already discussed. So example 5, you can take a picture and can do this as a challenge. I'll give you more challenges, but here in this session I would like you to do these challenges. Here in the example 6, you can do this challenge. You can create a small plan over here. The only thing is that you have to take feet inches into it consideration. All are in feet and inches, so you can draft it, right? So next session we will be talking about limits command, how limits command can be used and how it can be used to set up this session. And next is modifying AutoCAD settings using the options dialog box. So there is an option dialog box we have already discussed. So you have got file modification, display modification, open and save, system, user preference. So these are the modifications. So if you want to change something in the display, like say the crosshair size, or you want to change the color of the screen, right? So you can always change the color, uniform background, you can color of the screen to white. So you can research on various kind of tools over here. Open and save, there are certain things you can look into it, how many files can be opened, how the file can be saved, and there are other things, right? Temporary extension, automatic save between is very important, right? So if you want to have an automatic save between 10 minutes, the backup will be ready, so you do not have to go for save. And then there are a lot of tools like selection methods are there, 3D modeling, there are a lot of things. So this is the entire settings that the AutoCAD applies into it. So at last we have the printing. So how do you print? We will be having a major session on printing, but very in the early basic printing. So you go for a, so if you have a drawing, let's say I have got a drawing, I open up a drawing and I go for print. So I have a print option, and here I go for a plot. So here quickly I select the name of the printer, so it is a Microsoft PDF, and go with the window option, what I want to create the window option, right? See the preview, and so this is can be seen over here, and later on there is something that portrait or whatever you want to see. So this is how it works. So friends, we are done with the session, and hope you have liked week 1 session, and you will be getting more challenges and to do, and I'm sure that you will learn at the best, and you will wait for the next session to come. Thank you, and meet you in the next sessions.